from people, just go username, you can't make out who they are. I know, and they say, ma'am, I need help, can I get an appointment? And the first question that I always ask is, of course, I'd love to help you, how old are you? And most of the time the answer is 15, 14, 12, I know. And unfortunately, because they are under 18 and they're children, I can't directly give them an appointment. So my oh, because you're under 18, can you ask your parent to reach out to me? The answer I get is, my parents would not agree. I have told my parents I need to go for counseling. I have tried to talk to them, but they tell me, right? Now these are things I think we all have heard. And that's where the problem is. Oiliko generation, I think you are so aware of mental wellness. You're so aware of how you feel. And when you know that, okay, I'm struggling, you do reach out for help. Unfortunately, the generation above doesn't think like that. Because they have been brought up by saying that, Haina, you should not talk about it. You should not visit a counselor. Kina jani psychologist ka. Ki problems hara. Hamlai bana, hami resolve garchu. And that's where the problem comes in. Okay? Now, it's so important to understand why do we have problems. Hami stress ko kura garchau, haina? Hami, oh, I overthink a lot bhanchau, right? Then where does that come from? It's so important to understand that. Ke hamlai stress kaile huncha ra kina huncha. Now, the whole point of getting stressed is that you feel like you are not in control of something, right? Where you feel very helpless. Oh, you got a mantra, but I'm not able to. I want to get good results, but I'm not able to get those results. Hard work, what the hell, right? And there are times when we can't focus. I'm focusing, it just doesn't work. Why does that happen? It's very simple, because we are getting overwhelmed thinking about things that we have absolute no control over. We are so affected by what others say, by what others do, by the expectations that we have from others. मैले त यति गरे उले पनि गर्नुपर्छ हैन and जब अर्कोले गर्दैन हामी खत्तम. So we are so affected by what's happening externally that we forget to ask ourselves, who am I? What do I like? What don't I like? And express it. Going back to Sujan ji, yes, since he's openly talked about how he asks me for some advice time and again, and when he was going for the performance, and yes, he did ask me for advice, though, as you heard him say, I did say no. I did say it's not a good idea, because as a therapist for me, every other person who comes to me between the age of 12 and 18 has self-harm issues. I have had a student who is in grade 7, mind you, who comes for a 7:30 a.m. appointment in her uniform with a bleeding arm. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, I cut myself this morning. I said, do your parents know? I don't care what they think. That's the kind of attitude and that's the kind of mindset people come to me with, right? So I was worried that something that Sujan ji does, because of the kind of position he's in, there are a lot of you who look up to him. I was worried that that might be a way people see it as self-harm is okay. Why not? You know, it's a way for me to ease my pain, is what I hear from people who do it. But then, of course, he has his own ideas of why he did it, and he's allowed to do it, because that's something he has done extensive research about, right? So my worry is when we do something, when we say something, we do need to understand that we might be triggering somebody else. Right? Up to trigger no, like you need to understand yourself really well. Who are you? What do you like? Because remember, in the whole rat race of achieving things, of trying to fulfill expectations, which we all try to do all the time, of parents, right? Of people around us, of friends, of teachers, everything, we kind of sometimes forget that maybe this is not something what I want to do. And euta point ma gaera frustration huncha. Why the hell did I do that? Why did I not question myself? अन्य हुन्छ हैन. So going back to the question, art therapy, how does it help? Because art therapy of course has to do with visuals. And if you think about anything that bothers you, or when you think about memories, right? Because as a therapist, I work a lot with memories. We're always talking about childhood memories. We're talking about happy memories. We're talking about not so happy memories. When you think of memories, don't you think of a visual picture? You do, right? Just like the whole concept of therapy started from the concept of dreams. When we talk about dreams, again, it's a visual picture, right? So when I'm working, and if I'm going to ask somebody, how are you feeling today? Do you think they have an answer? Most of the time, no. They'll say, I don't know how I feel, that's why I have come to you. But if I'm going to help them draw, project the emotions visually, they are very happy to do that. Because for them, it's not about them, it's about the drawing. So what we're doing is, we're changing the course and trying to help people express their feelings, everything that's bothering them via a picture. And that's where art therapy is effective, because that helps you talk about things without actually talking about yourself. Because isn't that the hardest thing to do? Talk about yourself, right? So yes, going back to you.
그래서 댓글이